How about now? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. All right. May have feed. No, shaking my phone is not the solution. I'm just. Every time I do this, I have a different audio issue, everybody, but thank you for sticking with me. I think I got it all figured out. All right. Yeah. Like that. Okay, everyone, again. All right. That's as good as it's going to get. I think it's a little pen. Okay. So, for anyone out there that's just stopping in, doesn't know what this is, let me fill you in real quick. It's a 1 hour of self-care. I'm going to be doing a couple different things, and I'm going to do a little bit of breathing, some self-massage, and some hypnosis, some guided hypnosis, visualization, whatever you want to call it. And I feel it's my mission to help people take care of themselves, empower them to take care of themselves. Hold on. And when most people talk about self-care, they talk about paying other people to do it for them. And I've always been a kind of like teach a man to fish, teach a person to fish kind of dude myself. I've always just wanted to know how to take care of myself. Every time I learn something new, I'm like, how can I do this for myself, by myself, buying all these self-help books and self-massage books and all these things and hypnosis CDs. I want to help myself, and I want to help other people from what I learn coming from that place. I want you to help yourself by yourself. Follow along. So just a quick note on just equipment. If you want to try the self-massage part of it, it is minimal. I suggest if you have some sort of massage tool around to use that. I have what's known as a Theracane. It's one of these baubles. You've probably seen them around. A lot of people get them for Christmas or buy them for themselves and use them a couple times and never use them again. So if you are one of those people that fall into the category, I do not judge you. But you can bust it out the basement or the closet and put it to good use. I knocked off my mic. Okay. And the other thing is we're going to use the good old hands. Today we're going to focus a little bit on the forearms and releasing the muscle tension in there, because the tension from your forearms transfers into your hands, and a lot of hand and wrist issues actually comes from all the musculature here. It's kind of like this is the puppeteer and those are the strings and that's the puppet. There are muscles within the hand, of course, but the strength of the hand really comes from the forearm itself. So we do a lot of typing, we're driving, all these things that really tenses the forearm. We're going to work out that today, do some stretches and some proprioceptive movements. That's a fancy way of just saying movements to help you sense, connect with, embody your arms, spend some time in your arms. And then last but not least, we're going to do a little self-hypnosis. And I was going to focus today on, it's open-ended, it's whatever you want to work on. I'm just going to put it out there to work with confidence or feeling uncertain about yourself, and people call it imposter syndrome. It's very popular these days. But I'll talk more about that later. But that's what I was going to throw out there. But again, it's very open-ended. You can choose what is an issue in your life, what that you want to transform, make some change about. I would say 0 out of 10, make it like a 3 or a 4. Though don't try to tackle like the worst experiences of your life. This is not the place for that. This is a place to learn and experience, and that's best when you take on a something that's a little bit of a challenge, but not trying to tackle Mount Everest when you have no Sherpas or equipment or experience, you know. So let's not do that. Set yourself up for failure. Let's not do that. But let's pick something that's kind of agitating, irritating, and shift that. Or you can just follow along with me, experience it for yourself. So, without further ado, I'm going to do some breathing techniques. So, this breathing technique is going to be a long inhale, hold it for just a moment, and then breathe out slowly and under control. The emphasis on the exhale. Let the exhale be 1.5 to 2 times longer than the inhale. I'll explain more afterwards, but let's just do it. So you can follow along with me. If you don't like my speech, just do it by yourself and just you check back in with me if you feel lost or need a touch mark. So here we go. In, hold. And in, hold, and out. Continue breathing at your own pace. And let the inhale have a little bit of energy to it. And then the exhale slowly, softly, like silk, just rolling out. So don't make it or something like this. Just softly let it escape. I think of a balloon. You just kind of that kind of thing. So again, when you're ready. And again, when it feels right, breathe in, hold, and exhale. And if it feels good, it feels right, you can let your eyes close down. Good time for the air to kick in. And you can just let a normal, natural rhythm of breathing resume. That is a good way to check in with your nervous system. Let your nervous system know you can wind down, slow down. Fast, sharp inhales are what invigorate you. They get you ready. That's your foot on the gas. Long, slow exhales are the brake pedal. They tell your nervous system, let's slow down, let's chill out, let's wind down. So that's what we're doing. And so after that, let's play with something a little more fun that I thought of this because it's seasonal allergy time for a lot of people. I'm a massage therapist, and a lot of my clients are coming in here like, me, and then halfway through the massage, they're like, so this is a fun technique, is to do a little bit of humming. And we're going to play with the pitch, kind of medium, low, high. If you feel weird about it, just tell your roommates or your family or whatever you're going to be doing it. Or just nod, whatever, who cares. But what this does, it vibrates your sinus cavities. You have several sinus cavities in this space all throughout here. Your sinuses even wrap around your face in there. And that vibration helps create movement and flow, and it shakes all the things out. It also releases nitrous oxide, which we all know is like laughing gas, but it is an extremely important gas in our body, in our breath, and it hides in the membranes in your sinuses, and by vibrating, you actually release them, and it helps fight infections. So anyone with sinus issues, doing like if you do like a minute of humming, take a breath. If you feel dizzy, slow down. You don't have to do it as intense. So we're gonna play with the intensity a little bit. But if you do 1 minute off and on, and do like 4 or 5 minutes of that, and do that a couple of times, once or twice a day, or just once a day, and do that for a few days in a row, check in with yourself, see what you feel. But people have cured chronic sinus infections using this technique. So I pass it along to you now. So let's practice a little bit. We're going to just breathe in. Imagine like you're a bee or something. And feel the vibration in your sinus. Okay, take a breath. I know it might be a little annoying, so I'm going to minimize it, but you at home just keep playing. And so now we're going to go a little bit higher pitch and see if you get a little more intense and feel that vibration. So, I'll minimize that. But yeah, play with yourself. See if you can. This it really invigorates the feeling in your face, and it might even get you feeling kind of like I don't know, disoriented even. It just this if you've never felt this motion in your face before, or and then we're gonna play one more time with a very low one. So and constrict this part of your face to make the vibration. And there you go. My sinuses are draining from that already. So we'll do another variation of that. Everyone knows the Om from yoga. In Sufi tradition, they do Hoo. So we're going to play around with this a little bit. So take a breath in. See if you can make your whole body ring like a bell. Now we're going to do it low. From a natural rhythm of breathing. And for the third time, it's going to be high. So raise the tone. Ready? Normal, natural rhythm of breathing. And just that my air conditioning turns off. So good timing. All right. So just checking with yourself. See what you feel. What shifted, what changed for you. Life is never the same. Your body is never the same from one moment to the next. So if something changed, it's just if you noticed it or not. All right. The next part is going to be focusing on a little self-massage. I'm going to just adjust the camera a little bit. What I didn't mention, I don't have any with me right now, but if your skin is dry, self-massage is not comfortable. So you can go and get a little bit of olive oil or some lotion, even some coconut oil and a little cloth or paper towel, and just because you don't want to get oil on your stuff, but a little bit of that and just a dab of it in your hands. Rub your hands together, rub it on your forearms. And so if you have a place to rest your forearm while doing this work, that's ideal, because you don't want to be your arm, if you're trying to hold it in the air like this, you're engaging the muscles of your shoulder. That tension's going to go down in here. You don't want that. So we're just going to start off by feeling, and we're going to feel by doing slow motion, and we're going to contract. So bring your wrist back, contract the musculature here, feel it, and now slowly contract the other way down. Feel the muscles, the flexors on the bottom here, and bring it up and extend. You can even let the fingers widen and spread. Feel that tension through there, and if you can even feel the connection going up that part of the arm, and then slowly under control. See if you can just do it a fraction of an inch. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And contract. Never to the point of pain or discomfort. You don't want to squeeze like 100%. Just a little bit of a squeeze. 0 out of 100. Just go to like a maximum 80. Don't go to 100. Because if you go to 101, you get hurt. And back and forth. We can do a little side to side, so I'm letting my fingers go towards my pinky side, my wrist go towards my pinky side, and then the other way towards my thumb side. And just slowly, slowly, slowly. If something hurts, like I felt a little bit of pain going this way, so I'm going to just slow down. I'm going to go right before the pain, and then I stop. I'm not going to push past it, because ouch. So just stay within. This is not stretching. This is not exercise. This is just motion to get the joints moved and to bring your sensory perception into the nerves in your arm. So you can shake that out. So now we're going to do a little self-massage. I'm going to just move this down. So if you have a massage tool, just like something like this, do not work within a few inches of your elbow. So, leave like 2 or 3 fingers width of the joint space. This is the joint space. Don't go there. This is your tendons, and you should just not work on your tendons unless you know what you're doing. I assume most of you don't, so don't do that. And then same thing for the wrist. Go a few fingers, 2 or 3 fingers from the wrist. This is where the tendons are in here. It's pretty tendinous up until this part of the wrist, actually. So this is really the meat of the forearm. We're going to be staying in this zone here. Leave the rest for the professionals. So you can use a massage tool. Try to get your arm comfortable resting on a surface. We're going to move that down a little bit more even. And just gently just do some strokes moving through. I'm going to use, instead of using the massage tool, I'm going to use my knuckles, a soft fist. So I'm not squeezing to death grip. I'm just doing kind of light knuckles lined up here. And I'm just going to do some massaging where I want to just kind of roll it around in my forearms. Still can't see that. Let's try it this way. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Now find the muscles. I find a little bit of tenderness in there, and now I'm actually going to move my wrist back and forth under that pressure. If you have any wrist issues, especially in the working wrist, I'd suggest wait until you have a tool in your hand or something like that. Don't hurt one hand to help the other hand. So I'm just moving this. I'm just putting some pressure and moving. Now you can see there's a little bit of redness in there. There's some blood in there moving around. It's called hyperemia. That means there's new blood coming into this area. And now there's this part of your forearm. Brachioradialis is the name of it, but basically when you are lifting things, this muscle assists your bicep, and for most people it is extremely tender and tight. There's a nerve that goes through there, so be gentle with it. We're going to just do a little bit of pinching, just kind of pinch it. As you can see, I'm just kind of pinching it. Let your elbow be bent, and just put a little bend in it. And then with the bend in it, you can move your wrist up and down like that, and just feel it sliding and gliding underneath your pressure. So don't try to crush it. You don't have to like that. Just a little bit of pressure, and I'm bending the muscle. I'm pushing it off to the side. I'm not pushing down into my deeper layers of my body. I'm just taking it and bending it out this way. And just move your wrist around. Woo, and just feel it slide, and you'll feel the tissues sliding underneath your pressure. And this is something I teach my clients, and I'm going to create more video content on my YouTube. Plug Hypnosis with JP. That's more content on doing self-massage as a way to be in-body. So this is the technique that I find is most effective. Is not rubbing, is putting static pressure and then have the muscles and tissues glide and slide underneath. And then there's this part of the forearm. These muscles tend to be very tendinous and very tight because we spend so much time in this position throughout the world that they're being stretched and weakened. They're very weak compared to these muscle groups here. So they need some TLC. So again, we can use knuckles. You can use your fingers. I would not suggest using your thumb. I would suggest using a massage tool. But basically, I'm just going to use my fingers for demonstration purposes. Just kind of push them. Get in there and just push to the side. So I'm pushing out this way. Or you can use your knuckles. I'm engaging a little bit and then I'm pushing out to the side. And then same thing, just wrist back and forth. Let it glide and slide underneath the pressure. Or you can do kind of this way from here to here. I can put the pressure and then just kind of inch my way going through it. You might feel a little bit of burning. Don't do too much of that. Back up a little. If you feel way too burny, too much friction, get a little bit of oil to do this. So this way. All right. So that's one arm. So let's do the other arm. So same thing. I'm going to engage with my knuckles, but then I'm going to bend a little bit to the side. And then I'm going to move my arm back and forth. my wrist. Flexion, extension. And just move a little bit. So I went from here, and I'm moving over here. A little further down, a little more distal. You can do a similar thing where you engage the tissue and let it go, slide and glide underneath. So I'm doing a little bit of sliding this way. I don't know if you can hear that's making my wrist crack. And then you can do a little bit of pinch and bend in this part of the upper part of the forearm here, the thumb side of your wrist. This meaty bit here, this muscle group. Put a little bit of bend in it. Give me just a moment. What? I just realized I needed to just check in, make sure it's actually streaming to the platforms correctly. I don't know if it is, but anyway, I'm going to keep going. And now I'm going to use my knuckles. This part of the arm, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure. Don't crush into your body too much. Just engage it and slide it off to the side. And now I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. Again, if this is hurting your wrist on this wrist, use a massage tool or something. And I'll even show you can even use this meaty part of your other forearm. If you're flexible enough, you can get that in there. And you can. This is a personal favorite of mine. Is I can use my one forearm to massage my other forearm, like that, and just slide and glide underneath the pressure. And you can do this the top part of it in here. You can even do that. So that's a little bit more challenging for some people, but I personally really like that. So just food for thought. Give it, play with it. Don't hurt yourselves. Be gentle with yourselves, of course. All right, and then last but not least, we're going to do a little bit of stretching. And for this method of stretching, it is my favorite form. The most effective form of stretching that I know is that. Hold on, it's just one more moment. Okay. So, my favorite method of stretching is just to do it for about 2 seconds, and you're just going to go to the end range of motion. So, say for example, I'm going to stretch back this way. I'm going to go to the end range and just push 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then come back. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus, and then stretch back. So doing this, sorry, I just ate dinner. I'm a little burpy. I'm stretching this part of my flexors by coming back, extending, and then pushing my wrist, pushing it back this way. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. And we're going to switch. So ideally have it resting on a surface, so you're not, I'm doing it for demonstration purposes, but you want to be resting the weight of your arm as much as possible. So 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. All right. Now the other direction, we're going to bring the wrist down and just push in this direction, just very slightly. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. I always want to start by saying Mississippi, but I like hippopotamus better, so I always start with Mississippi, and then I'm like, no, I don't like that. I switch to hippopotamus. So one day I'm going to get it where it's the only hippopotamus. So 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Other side. We already did this side, sorry. Alright, so now I'm going to tuck my thumb with my other fingers. I'm going to bend down this way, deviate my wrist. So from this angle forward, going down that way, you should feel the stretch in this part of your forearm, and you can assist it a little bit. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Come back up. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. And this is very tight on me, I can feel it. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Other side. Tuck your thumb, wrap your fingers around it. Deviate your wrist down towards the ground, and stretch. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Rest it on the surface if you can. Don't use the weight. Don't hold the weight of your arm as you're doing this, but for demonstration purposes, I'm holding it up here. So stretch, and then 1, 2. You can see that muscle stretching as I do. 1, 2. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. My best friend, Kasai, he has the world's best internal clock when it comes to counting seconds. He's one of those people that can count like to 1 minute perfectly. So he's watched a few of these and he gets infuriated with how bad I am at holding, like doing second counts. So to that I say, screw you, Kasai. So now this one is going to be kind of a new one to maybe you've never even stretched your arm in this direction, but it's very important because we spend so much time inwardly rotated. These muscles that are in here in your forearm that flip your wrist down this way, they get really tight on people and they cause a lot of problems. And we all spend so much typing and stuff like that. We're in this position, we're driving, everything kind of keeps us in this position all day long. So these muscles get very tight, the ones that drop your palm towards the ground. So what we're going to do, palm up towards the ceiling. I'm going to take my other arm, go underneath, and I'm going to pull so my pinky and everything spins up into the air. So I'm going to spin outwards and pull just to gently assist that. I'm taking this, you have 2 bones in your arm, this forearm, this outer one here. I'm just going to take hold of that and I'm going to spin it outwards. Try to keep your arm as straight as possible. And just 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. And you might feel that you need to spin your upper arm out, and ideally it will open your whole shoulder, allow your whole shoulder to go out. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. And I'll show you, if you have trouble holding it like that, you can also even just, yes, I have sweatpants, I should have showed you this part, I'm too cozy. You can even use your knees to kind of hold it, and you can go 1, 2. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Alright, enough behind the curtains. Alright, and then other arm. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. Palm down, slowly flip back over. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Alright, so shake it out and just feel your forearms. Do you feel blood flowing in them? Do you feel more sensation? Do they feel more alive to you? Definitely something changed. They're not the same as they were even a moment ago. So just notice that. Put your awareness is like a spotlight. You can make it very diffuse. You can make it very focused. You can shine it on different parts of your body. Shine it into the sensory nerves in your forearm. Feel them. Feel the skin, feel the muscles, feel the tendons. All right. And then moving on to the third part of this evening altogether. Thank you for joining me, whoever's out there in digital world. The third part is going to be a little bit of guided visualization, self-hypnosis, self-meditation, whatever you want to call it. They're all the same states, basically. They're all just different names for the same thing, if you ask me. So, and I know it well. And we're going to do focusing, like I said, it's good to, in the beginning, if you miss that part, pick an issue that's not like 0 out of 100. Don't pick the 100. Pick something that's like in the 30 range or 20 range, just like a minor irritation in your life, some sort of feeling or some sort of habit. That's those are the kind of easier things to shift and focus on as tangible feelings or habits, reactions, emotional reactions. So, like if someone cuts me, I'm a saint until you cut me off in traffic and then I start dropping F-bombs. That's something I can work on. That's not the most irritating part of my life, for example, but I could live without it. So that's one thing we could work on. But the issue that I'm going to focus on, and you can focus along with me, is confidence. And we're going to use hypnosis to step into the state, to simulate the state that we want to be in. We're going to go there and live in that moment as it's real right now. Pretend as if, right? And we're going to go with this spirit of curiosity and playfulness. It's not like do or die. Like if I don't change this thing, I'm gonna jump off a bridge. No, none of that. Cut it off. Not that. It's just like the same spirit. It's just like, I wonder, what if? Wouldn't that be nice? So don't make it too serious on yourself. But I'm choosing confidence because this is the kind of thing. It's similar to motivation where people think I need it so I can do something. Myself, I'm new to this being on camera. I'm kind of an introvert. I could tell myself I need confidence before I step out in front of this. I'm going to step into confidence. I'm going to step into moments in my life where I feel confident. And I felt confidence before. I'm going to copy and paste that sensation and bring it to this moment. And through experience, as I go through this more and more, my levels of confidence will rise naturally on their own. The less I'll need to practice that tool of summoning up confidence from other sources in my life. Similar with motivation, you can pick things that are really motivating to you, that are easy to get done. I mean, I love video games. I can play video games for 8 hours. I have to choose to do other things in my life. But I don't have to motivate to do video games, but I can have that feeling of like, there's nothing else to do in this world. And now I get to do the thing I want to do. I can copy and paste that sensation from video games and I can put it into doing the dishes. So that's kind of this copy paste experience. We're going to do this. I'm going to do it with confidence for myself. But if there is an area of your life, an emotional reaction or a habit that you want to focus on, play with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. So sit back, get comfortable. If you are driving or operating machinery or using a flamethrower, stop doing that. Don't multitask this. Put it down and just focus on this one experience. If you can't do that, if you're at work or something, this is the internet. Just go back and check it out later if you're curious. But yes, do not multitask. Give this your full attention if you can. So find a nice, comfortable position, semi-reclining or reclining. If you don't want to fall asleep, if you're in your bed and that's the only place you can chill and relax, set an alarm if you don't want to go to sleep right now. All right, and all that aside, pull this a little closer. Beyond the lights. Okay. So if you want to, if you expect to, you can make these things happen. We're going to play with sensations. The sensations that allow your body to know it's safe and sound and secure. It can go within. It can turn its awareness out from the world and into your body, into your experience. We're going to dive deep. Let's go. So similar to in the beginning, as I raise my arms like this, breathe in. Like this means hold. Like that means breathe out. But now we're going to add one other element. Keep your head and neck static. As you breathe in, Allow your eyes to roll up so you feel a little bit of tension. Pick a spot that's a little bit above eye level on your wall or on your ceiling. And then as you breathe out, let your eyes roll back to neutral. So don't crank your neck, just the eyes. Look up. Can you see? And then breathe out, back to neutral. So follow along with me. Breathe in, look up, and breathe out. And breathe in, eyes up. I'm gonna raise my hands a little bit. Breathe in, hold. For this last time, if it feels right, breathe in, let your eyes roll down and shut close. And just let a normal, natural rhythm of breathing resume. I'd like you to shift your awareness. Just feel what it's like, the breath coming in and out of the body. You might begin to notice the natural deepening, slowing of the breath as the body takes in more oxygen. Breathing in fresh energy. Every exhale is a chance to release and let go, to go a little bit deeper. Every breath in, bringing in new energy, new experience, new information. Every breath out, releasing, relaxing, letting go. And shifting your awareness now to your mouth and throat. You might notice the need to swallow, saliva forming in the mouth. That's a sign and symbol that your body's relaxing, and as it relaxes, it releases that saliva, that urge to swallow. Sign and symbol that you are turning within at your own pace. Not because I say so, but because you want to, expect to, you're making it happen. And next, as your eyes are closed, focusing on your eyelids, they're some of the smallest muscles of the entire body. As they relax, they feel like they're just closed shut. And we're going to play with the sensation that as they close shut, as they relax, they feel so relaxed. It's as if they just won't work. They just won't open. And you and I know they're your eyelids. You can change, you can control them, you can open them. But for now, you are choosing to keep them so comfortably shut that they just won't work. I'm going to count from 1 upwards. With each number, each count, that sensation is going to grow more and more as you allow it. You can say in your own voice inside of your head with each number, my eyelids are growing heavier and heavier. My eyelids grow heavier and heavier. Or just simply eyelids growing heavier and heavier. At 1, each breath in, bringing that energy, each breath out, dropping even deeper. They grow heavier with each breath out. And at 2, bringing in the imagination, imagining as if it's a deadbolt on the door that's just twisted and you can hear that click. Or slamming a laptop shut. Or hitting the lock button on your phone and hearing that click. Imagining that your eyelids are just locked comfortably shut. And 3, what would it be like to double that sensation even more? Even more deeply relaxed, deeply comfortable. Now at 4, you will know when you reach the level where your eyelids just won't work. And when you've reached that place, you can test it. You can play with it. Try to open them, but you'll feel they just won't work. And in fact, the more you try, the more they feel as if they are locked shut. And you can stop testing, you can stop playing. We're going to shift the awareness down through the jaw muscles, that comfort, that relaxation from the eyelids flows down to the jaw muscles, the cheek. With every breath, those muscles lengthen, they soften. Jaw drops comfortably towards the chest. Every breath, more and more relaxed, more and more comfortable. And the deeper you go, the better it feels. And the better it feels, the deeper you go. This positive, self-reinforcing cycle. Now bringing the awareness to the forehead, all those muscles that when you're stressed or tense, those muscles frown and wrinkle. Allow them to soften and loosen. The tissues drop, the scalp relaxes. Everything softens. Wherever your awareness goes, these sensations flow. With every breath, going even deeper into calm and comfort and peace of mind. So down through the scalp, down through the back of the neck and throat. Now, the shoulders. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears, sinking down comfortably. The part of our body where we shoulder our burdens, where we carry the weight of the world. And for now, just for a few minutes longer, we're just going to let all those burdens roll off our shoulders, roll off our back as our shoulders drop, droop comfortably. Every breath. And again, if you don't want to hear it from me, hear it from yourself in your own voice. You can say, my shoulders dropping comfortably down. Dropping comfortably down. Awareness now through the shoulders, the upper arms, the forearms, let them rest in the forearms. Noticing there, what do you experience? Is it easier to feel that part of your body since you've worked on them, since you've activated them? Is it easier to connect? You can even give it a label. Do you feel heaviness or lightness or tingling? And now allow the awareness to settle into the hand. Some of the most highly enervated parts of the entire body. So easily, effortlessly, bringing the awareness into the hands. We're going to play with controlling sensations. So again, in your own voice, in your own words, what would it be like to say, my hands grow heavier and heavier. Hands grow heavier and heavier. Or simply hands growing heavier and heavier. As if they were made of stone. With every breath, hands growing heavier and heavier, every breath out, releasing and relaxing and going deeper. And if you experience thoughts drifting through your head, that's fine. It's just like any conversation. You know when you can come back to my voice at any time. Now we're going to play with the sensation of my hands growing hotter and hotter. hotter and hotter. It's kind of funny to say that over and over again, huh? Hands growing hotter and hotter, warmer and warmer. Maybe that's a little better. My hands growing warmer and warmer. And imagine, picture, pretend, play with these ideas as if your hand was next to a source of heat and light. Maybe a fire, maybe a radiator, a heater of some sort, a bright light. That warmth absorbing into the skin, into the muscles, into the bones, warming it. Hands growing warmer and warmer. And you can even imagine, picture, pretend, growing warmer from the inside as if you had those iridescent coils inside the light bulb or air fryers if you're a trendy millennial like myself. Those coils starting to glow red inside of your hands growing warmer and warmer. If at any point you need to feel more connected to the experience, tell it to yourself in your own voice, in your own words. Picture, pretend as if it is happening. Hands growing warmer and warmer. And what do you notice for yourself? Something has changed. Take note of this experience. It's teaching you so you know that you have a measure of control of the sensations in your body you may have never thought was possible. And if you can change the feeling of heaviness, if you can change the feeling of warmth, what else is possible to change? What else is possible to summon up and to bring forth? So in your mind's eye, imagine, picture, pretend. It doesn't have to be some perfect visual thing. It's just as if daydreaming, thinking of. You're at the top of a staircase. It has 20 steps. It is well lit with sturdy handrails. But first, turning away from those stairs, there are 2 doors. The first door opens, and there are scenes and signs, like a movie playing on a TV screen, of the sensations, of the experiences that you have been experiencing that you want to change for yourself and by yourself. From the words I mentioned are confident. So seeing scenes of myself or yourself where I felt less than confident, where I felt shy, or I wasn't ready, telling myself I'm not ready yet. But it can be whatever you choose. Just bring it up. Bring up those sensations. Feel them. Experience them. See what triggers it. Now, close that door. Let it shut. Now the second door opens. And a scene from your future where you embody that quality fully, 100%. A new movie playing. But first we start with the past. A moment where you had a positive quality that you want more of in your life. The example I'm giving is confidence. There's somewhere in your life you have confidence, you've experienced confidence, even if it was just by yourself. Bring it up, make it lighter, make it brighter, make it stronger. Grow the intensity of it. Step into it. Feel it. The moments where you had that experience. And if it's only one, that's fine, but maybe it's this movie where just flipping through different parts of your life where that you had that positive quality that you want to embody. And now, just like we're all so familiar with our technology, just copy and paste. You're going to copy that sensation, copy those experiences, and bring it into the future. And step forward. Maybe it's tomorrow, maybe it's 10 years from now. A moment in your future. But that positive quality, it is imbued throughout you, it is wrapped around you, all around you. It is your normal, natural state of being. And it's been so long since those old triggers had anything to do with it. Feeling those positive qualities that you want for yourself, that you choose for yourself. You can step into them now. Your new future is your current reality. And that door closes. Stepping back towards the staircase now, turning back. There are 20 steps. And just imagine, picture, pretend, when I count down from 20 down to 0, imagine taking a step with each number. Each step brings you deeper into calm and comfort. Just checking with yourself for a moment. Allow yourself to sink, feel supported by whatever surface you're on. Let it take your weight. I am supported. And when I snap my fingers, imagine taking the first step down at 20. You can even hear the steps creak, feeling your hands slide down the banister. That sensation of your weight dropping. 20, 19, 18, 17, weight shifting back and forth. 16, 15. And with each step, you're going more and more closer and closer towards the part of your being where all change can take root. The just right spot of your mind and body and subconscious. At 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, even closer. Go twice as deep into calm and comfort with each step. What would it be like to double it? At 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 0 always means deep sleep. This is the hypnotic sleep. Just take stock of your sensations of your body, what it feels like for you. Do you feel any parts of your body where it feels maybe a heaviness or a lightness or a tingling? Maybe you feel nothing at all. That's just fine. No expectations. Just going, drifting into calm and comfort. And with every breath, just feeling yourself in this place. That's great. So I'd like you to imagine, picture, pretend as if you could find a space where there's somewhere to sit down. Imagine yourself walking over to this comfortable place. There's a glass of water. Imagine reaching out, grabbing that glass of water. And as you hold it in your hand, all of the experiences you had during this hour flow into that water as they run through the screen inside your mind, They go inside of that water, imbue it, the qualities, the experiences. In a moment, not just yet, imagine taking a drink of that water. As you feel the water moving down through your throat, down, it goes into your stomach, into your intestines, and your body's so amazing that that water just quickly absorbs into every blood vessel. It gets pumped through your heart, and then in just a few moments, that water flows into every single inch, every blood vessel, flowing into every microscopic space, into the just right parts of your mind and body, these new experiences of control, of bringing up positive qualities as you choose. Feeling it for just a moment. Knowing that you took a dive into your own inner world, into your own inner resources. There's no right or wrong. It's just playing and practicing. I'm honored you took the time to practice, to play with me. Not like that. Along with me. I'm going to count from 0 up to 5, and that number 5, when I reach that, not just yet, it'll be the sign and the symbol to come back to your normal waking consciousness. And now at 0, let yourself drift deeper for just a moment. Every time you hear 0, if you want to, if you choose to, you can drop into this state. And now at 1, it's a closing of the doors to the subconscious mind, especially to any negative influences from yourself or anyone else, anything else in this world, closing those doors. And 2, feeling the positive sensations inside of your body. Let them grow brighter and stronger. Let them flow from the core of your being out into the periphery. So as you leave this experience tonight, it will follow you through the rest of your evening, the rest of your day, night, week, month, year, lifetime. Whatever feels right. Know you can bring it up. And 3 is a nice cleansing breath in and breath out. 4 is the awareness coming back into where you are in the room, in space, coming back. And 5, eyes open, wide awake and alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, wide awake and alert. So I've lost track of what time it is. Oop, almost 9:10. All right. Well, take stock. Notice what has changed for you. Something has changed. You're not the same person you were even a minute ago, even a moment ago. So what has changed? Take notice of it. And no judgments either way. There's no right or wrongs, no expectations. So, I have not read the comments. I can't multitask and do both at the time, but I read them after the fact. So if you had any experiences this evening you'd like to share, let me know. I do this every Tuesday, 8 to 9, every other Tuesday, twice a week, twice a month. That's the plan. It has been difficult to make that, but you can go on to my Facebook at Pain Relief Boston, or my Instagram, Pain Relief Boston, or my YouTube channel is called Hypnosis with JP. JP. My name is Jean Pierre. That is my initials, in case you're wondering. And I will post. I did not do it today, but I will post when the live stream is happening to give you guys a heads up, guys and gals and everyone else, a heads up. and you can go to those places and feel free to comment, let me know. So again, I'm honored. Thanks. I'm new to this, so I know there were some technical challenges along the way, but you stuck with it if you're still out there. And thank you very much. Have a good night. Peace.